Hey, let's talk about fear. It's super appropriate to talk about it today because as I'm filming this, it's Halloween. So yeah, we're gonna talk about fear, but we're gonna talk about it in the context of something you might be sick of hearing about, which is the fear of COVID-19 vaccines. And I want to make it clear for anyone who is watching right now who has a fear of vaccination, needles, or any other medical thing, that in this video I will not be showing any pictures or videos depicting vaccination or anything medical at all. This video is for you guys, and I don't want you to have to worry about that. So just put your mind at ease and watch the video. There's a couple things I want to cover in this video. My personal journey to vaccination, some advice for people who have specified or unspecified fears about medical things, as well as why I think it's so important to speak about this topic. Okay, maybe let's start with why I think this is such an important topic to speak about. Fear, to put it mildly, is a very strong force. It can control your life and absolutely crush you. And I, like many other people, feel embarrassed and alone in their fears, because something that's scary to me might not be scary to you at all. So people can often go unheard or feel like their fears are minimized by others. And I've been on both sides. I've been the person whose fears have been minimized, but I've also misunderstood or not been able to empathize with something that someone else is scared of. But when it comes to a fear that is of something so important, something that's going to keep you healthy, allow you to participate in things, to live a less fearful life, the pressure to overcome that fear is overwhelming. There's this panicked feeling between, oh my god, what if I get this virus and all the negative complications that come along with that, versus, oh my god, I can't get vaccinated, that's my largest fear, I'm gonna have a panic attack just thinking about it. I felt that pressure. I felt judged. And I felt alone when it came to my vaccination. So if the idea, let alone the act of getting vaccinated, scares you, I want to let you know that you are not alone. Many people, including myself, feel the exact same way. And it doesn't matter what part of vaccines you're scared of, because your fear is real and it's not nothing. And because of that, getting vaccinated is going to be a real challenge, but it's a challenge I believe you can accomplish. And I don't want to speak purely from personal experience, but I never thought I was going to be vaccinated. Never. And as of the 19th of October, I'm fully vaccinated, and I am extremely proud of what I did. Here's where I want to make things clear. I had a lot of help, an immense amount of help actually, and I could not have gotten the vaccines without the help that I received. The way that I was able to get my first dose of my COVID-19 vaccine was through a private vaccine drive-up to my doctor's on a high dose of anti-anxiety medication with a numbing patch on my arm, headphones blocking my hearing, as well as the presence of my grandmother. And let me stress, it was not easy. I did not just overcome my fear. I had to have layers and layers of reassurance and help to make sure that I was able to get the vaccine. People who don't understand this fear would say that that is overkill or me being dramatic. But even with all of that help, I was still scared. Drastically less than before. But in the moment, I was still scared. I wanted to mention that it is not easy to talk about this story, so if anyone has any critical opinions about me being vaccinated or how I got vaccinated, I would encourage you to keep that to yourself. Thank you. Hopefully the people watching right now who do have a fear of vaccines can see that getting vaccinated is possible. It's just a lot of work. And here's where I want to make some recommendations. And of course, they're all from my personal experience. I have no medical training, but they are things that really helped me. The first thing that I can encourage you to do is work on speaking about your fear, whether that's going to be to a doctor or your parents or a partner. You're going to need to practice communicating your needs. It's a big step, but you might want to practice writing down what scares you or practice saying it to yourself about what you'd like to tell other people. It will help them help you. And remind yourself, you are only going to be talking about it. The second thing you can do is try and get really, really small exposures. And I know that even just seeing a picture of a needle as someone who's afraid of vaccines is absolutely way too overwhelming. Never mind like watching the evening news where they're playing video and talking about it on repeat. But like really small things like going to the pharmacy and not like shielding your eyes from the vaccine waiting area, or like read a sign about the times that they're giving vaccines. Just really small bits that let your brain know that in this scenario we don't need to panic. Nothing's happening to us. Make a plan. Go step by step if you need to. Know exactly where you're gonna get vaccinated, what time your appointment is at, who or what you're gonna need to bring with you, when you need to take your medication or when you need to apply your numbing patch, and how long it's going to take for those things to be effective. The more you prepare and the more you plan, it can be the best way to combat the anxiety. When you have your plan, then practice, practice, practice. Practice as much of your plan as you can. Practice rolling up your sleeve, practice someone touching your arm, wiping your arm, practice going to the spot of your vaccine if that's possible. The best practice I had was my grandma came over. I practiced sitting away from her, rolling up my sleeve, her touching and then wiping my arm and holding her hand on my arm for exactly how long the vaccine would take. I left that practice feeling so much more confident in my ability to do this because I knew exactly how it was going to happen. And I know not everyone can have a grandmother like mine, though I wish they could. But even if you have a family member or a close friend who works in healthcare who is willing to help you and come with you to your vaccination, please ask them. For me, it felt like having a doctor who was on your side, who you could trust and who cared. And ask how many people you're allowed to have with you during your vaccine. It might take more than one support person, and that's okay. Finally, just remember that no matter how large and scary this task is that you are taking on, it is going to be worth it. Please trust me. You do not have to let fear stop you from getting the health care that you need. Please know you should never feel ashamed for asking for help. You are not alone in this. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and get vaccinated.